Merhaba, and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So we got maybe some battles set up here. I got a bunch of my new Dutch-built light cruisers heading here to intercept this German armored cruiser. And the main fleet is going to intercept this large German fleet, which is supposed to just stay here. But it also says that the destination is the Aegean Sea. So, are these guys also headed up here with this one? I'm not sure. Exactly. No, seems like more ships are just converging here. So I'm gonna assume that this is its correct placement. We'll see. We'll see where it, where it goes. And my port defense has actually intercepted some Chinese cruisers. 2 armored cruisers, armed with 10-inch guns. These are the like the weird turret kind of hulls. 10 and 9-inch guns. I got 2 torpedo boats and a light cruiser. I don't think the light cruiser is gonna do much, but we might get lucky with the torpedoes. If I can sink 1, or even 2, but at least 1 of these, then that should be enough to equalize victory points with China. In fact, just have them independent. There they are. Yeah, Ishak Pasha, you can just head home. The light cruiser is here in case this port was attacked by torpedo boats, and the torpedo boats are here for everything else. And they get lucky right off the bat. Let's get those tubes turning early. They do seem to be turning. We're gonna get any hits though. We are. Might get one here too. Yes. Let's take out one at a time. Ooh, torpedo detonation. Was that? That was not all your torpedoes. That was a lot less dramatic than it looked like. Tubes seem to be turning. We got launch. Do want to sink this. Like actually sink it, not just damage it. My tubes seem to be turning again. As they should. And looks like we're gonna get 2 hits amidships. It's not enough to sink it though. That is weird. There's something strange with how hits are allocated. Sometimes. It seems like the, come on. Update the freaking image. There. Like, hits are attracted to the main belt. So because this is all 4 belt, the hits don't count or something. Even if it looked like that was just a straight hit amidships. Let's see, which side are you ready on now? This side, but you only got 1 tube remaining there. You can launch at Heilonggang. And turn your torps off. Not quite launched yet. You're gonna have to get around a bit more. Now the tubes are turning. We got launch. Dud torpedoes. Well then. How many torpedoes have you taken? 7. And these tubes are not turning. Never mind then. Turn them on and off again. There we go. They are turning. 2 torps. Maybe like that. You spent all your torpedoes. And we're finally flooding this armored cruiser. Great. We got 1 more. don't think 2 torpedoes will be enough to sink it. Turn them off and get closer. They're the only 2 torps I've got left. Let's make the best of them. That looks good. There we go. Does it look good? No. Not very. They're gonna hit, but they might be duds. No? 2 flooding hits. That's a lot of flooding too. But only 87% structure. Or that is 13% structure damaged. So it's not that big. And sinking 1 valued at 16 million though. That's pretty good. And barely any damage taken in return. So, not bad, I think. And there's no way that flooded cruiser is gonna catch up, so there we go, ended. 2,000 victory points. Not a big score, but it's would be nice if we'd gotten both of them. But this one just soaked up so many torpedoes. And here we go. That is the big fight I was after. I'm gonna save first. Let's see. German battleships, Brandenburg class, 18 knots. That's quite speedy for a battleship. They got 4 10-inch guns. Alright, 45 to 47 million each. So they're a little bit more advanced, because I know Germany was completely out of ships for a while, so these are not like start of the campaign ships. These are ones they've built later. Not sure about the cruisers, but I think we can do this. Depends on their armor and stuff, but I think it's doable. I'm going to rely on my new torpedo boats to deal with the battleships. It's foggy weather, my least favorite. Let's slow down the light cruisers, have them not just disappear ahead. You can slow down too to cruising speed. All the torpedo boats are already formed up. I like that. Let's see. Kronprinz. Same hull and same name as a ship you might recognize from the Norwegian campaign. .4 main belt. That's thick. Only plus 28 quality though. Plus 28. Like so. I can barely pen it at point blank range. Alright. Got no own torpedoes. The guns are kind of lackluster. I can actually speed you up a little bit. Can just make donuts here. Oh, the torpedo boat split up in two. So these are the new torpedo boats that have all the launchers mounted center line. Ooh, lucky hit. On S9. More lucky hits. How are my battleships suddenly hitting things? After so long being completely useless. They're nailing this torpedo boat. Going at full tilt, at range. I'll send the light cruisers to intercept it. They only have one torpedo boat. It's not like a huge threat. Especially not now that it's crippled. I do want the battleships to be targeting something else though. Like the armored cruiser Mecklenburg. 7.4 main belt. 6-inch guns. Oh yeah, it's this hull. Unless they changed that, I think 6 might be the biggest you can put on this built-in barbette here. Alright. Torpedo boats. I'm counting on you. Counting on you to be useful. But first, I need to make sure my my guns are actually targeting what they should be targeting. Big guns don't need to care about the torpedo boat. It's just a distraction. Of course, because my spotting range is so bad, I'm losing sight of the enemy ships. Sending these in against the armored cruisers, actually. These two can go for the battleships. And there's one more cruiser up here. So annoying that I cannot see my torpedo range in the fog. That's why I hate this kind of weather. Torpedoes headed out. And from you too. 4 torpedo hits on Prince Heinrich. Let's see. Now though, the 2 torpedo boats here. They got bigger fish to sink. Alright. Big damage on 94-2. Are all my ships firing at the torpedo boat again? I just want the light cruisers doing that. No one else. In fact, battleships can target enemy light cruisers. Armored cruisers can also target enemy light cruisers. These two can, if they target Prince Heinrich, they're probably gonna hit the Orion a bunch. This thing is still afloat. Yeah, we scored big torpedo hits on 2 battleships. We got more torpedoes where that came from. You guys, you need to still target the torpedo boat. Are we getting it now? Possibly. -3, almost reloaded. -2 probably not getting away, but she might live long enough to have her torpedoes reloaded. Yes. Enemy torpedo boat is gone. Great. Dash 3 is good to go for torpedoes. Okay, it's gotta be Deutschland, I guess. There we go, torpedoes are in the water. And they're gonna hit. A lot of torpedo hits, but not a lot of flooding. You can target Köln, target Gefjon. You come here. I need help finishing off some battleships. Both target Gefjon so we can hit the Köln a bunch. I just need to take care that the Dash 3 doesn't take a bunch of hits intended for Dash 2. It's gonna be difficult. I have to like sail around it. This Dash 2 is definitely not going anywhere. Let's see. Light cruisers. Armored cruisers, excuse me. Need to target light cruisers. "300-meter torpedoes." Okay. That's not that scary. Dash 4 coming in to deal with the Orion. Prince is not going anywhere. And the last one against Brandenburg, I guess. And we score a bunch of torpedo hits on Orion, which is gonna sink. Kronprinz might sink from this. Not sure about the Brandenburg. She's only got one torpedo headed for her, which misses. Kronprinz goes down. -1. Am I gonna have you come and get the Brandenburg or the Deutschland? Brandenburg, probably an easier target, given that it's dead in the water. And -3, you can just go home. You're done. Done your work. Let's slow you down to your cruising speed. Heinrich, Mecklenburg, taking the flooding. You can catch up with them later. Yeah, I should build more of these TB-94s. They're pretty good. Targeting the Köln. I thought maybe by targeting the Pillau, it could hit the Köln a bunch while it was in front, but 94, come here. We're gonna hunt down the Brandenburg with 5 torpedoes into it. Hopefully that'll be enough. I think AP will be more effective here, battleships. What kind of armor do the light cruisers have? 3.4. Alright, let's just let the guns do their thing. I gotta micro this torpedo boat. Last 5 torpedoes. And I think if it's anything like my other torpedo boats, they seem to tend to do is they launch 4 and then wait a couple seconds and then the 5th. So if I time it right, I can launch 4 at Brandenburg just to make sure it goes down and launch the 5th at Deutschland just to do some more damage. Launched 1. It launched 1 and then 4. It's not the way I wanted it to go, but there we go. At least we finish off the Brandenburg. have all the armored cruisers target Pilau. I think Geffion will take a bunch of hits. We don't get much of a range found bonus. Maybe that's why my accuracy's not as good as I remember from the Norwegian campaign. They nerfed the range found bonus. Which is probably not a bad idea. Because plus 2000% was a lot. And you only have a 300 meter torpedo range, but if I let you come within 300 meters, you're gonna put 4 torpedoes into me, and I don't like that. Yeah, 2 battleships sunk. 2 battleships and an armored cruiser so far. The secondary is on Condor. Main gun is going to target Deutschland, actually. There we go, 1 torpedo hit. That was the bow launcher. Flash fire! No, 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 no. Alright. New task for Katsonis. Survive. So Layman, you need to avenge your sister. Oh, my cruisers are out of ammo. Of course. These have ammo. We're getting the Condor. Range found 200%. There we go. Flash fire on the Condor. Payback. There we go. Looks better when half the ship isn't out of the water. And also you can see the turret flying. That's the end of Condor. Condor has surrendered. Now, Suleiman, now you can target Deutschland. Kasson is in decent shape. Fine. At least we're hitting. maybe you can just target the armored cruisers since you're so nearby. Pilau has surrendered. %98 chance to hit. See if that holds true. So far, I've sunk 2 battleships, an armored cruiser, 3 light cruisers, and a torpedo boat. For the loss of, what, 1 torpedo boat? And it's nice to see that Suleiman is actually capable of taking on the Deutschland, despite its very thick main belt. Yeah, we're petting the extended belts. Hopefully, Suleiman will have enough ammo left after this to go after the 2 armored cruisers. Geffion is running away. Geffion has surrendered. Nice, that means you two can put your guns on save, go after Mecklenburg. Two engines out on Deutschland. And she's got no torpedoes, so I can quite safely get close. There we go, that's the last bit of flooding that we needed. Now, Suleiman, you got some cruisers to snack on. This is turning out to be a pretty good win. Looked a little dicey when Katsonis took that torpedo and the flash fire. Well, it already looked good then, but I was afraid I was going to lose a battleship. Which is not really a loss that I can afford. Because I only have 2. The third one is... we're gonna have to wait a while till that thing comes. Are you both targeting the front one? You should. The Suleiman is coming after the one in the back. Broadside to broadside. Almost in torpedo range, but I think we're good. I'm not too afraid of their... Oh, this guy actually has 7-inch guns. I thought they... Oh, it's a different class. Okay, so they got two classes of armored cruiser. Yeah, that's the hull that can only fit a 6-inch gun. This is a different one. It's got a whole bunch of calibers. 6 and 7. Now I need some stern penetrations to flood out this section. .2 km on Mecklenburg. I got the range found. Still no flooding on the stern here. But Suleiman puts a couple good hits into Mecklenburg. So she might sink it and still have enough ammo left to finish off Prince Heinrich if my cruisers don't get to her first. Get up the game speed now, not that much stuff happening. Suleiman. Are you... Ah, you're out of AP. That's why I'm not scoring those flooding hits. And I think that's enough for Prince Heinrich. Now just the Mecklenburg left. And she's gonna sink now too. So that's gonna be it. Right, come on now, sink. There we go. And that's a complete wipe of the German task force. Very, very, very excellent. Amazing work by the torpedo boats. And I really just set out to equalize the victory points with Germany so that if the government decided that we should have a peace treaty, I don't end up giving away all my navy as war operations. But this puts us solid in the lead. And thankfully the game did not crash after that, so we're gonna pull a save here. And then we're gonna see what these 3 Dutch light cruisers can do to a German armored cruiser. Because they're pretty fast and they have torpedoes. them off to begin with, and let's just try and close in. Weather is fine. That's not really to my advantage if I'm relying on torpedoes. Enemy cruiser is spotting me. There it is. Now, how many tubes do I have per side? One per side, plus bow and aft. They're only 900-meter torpedoes, though. Which is same as the enemy has. You might get mutual torpedo hits here. Side torpedo out. We got incoming enemy torpedo, which is probably gonna hit. Yeah. Looks like mine missed. Now your side tube is on reload, so Willem can safely approach, or more safely approach. Still got those guns. Get the stern torpedo away too. No? Dessau, do you have stern torpedoes? You do. And your side torpedo is almost ready. And you have launched, but I'm in a turn, so you might miss. I got 2 torpedo hits on the enemy ship already, but both hit the same place. Would be nice to maybe give these a refit and give them my better improved torpedoes. Utshorn. You're gonna end up getting torpedoed from the other side, aren't you? Tavier has launched. Willem has also launched. Utshorn will take another one. But you will live. I think we are gonna sink the Dessau, which is no longer firing back and has only one torpedo left. Of course that torpedo hit, and mine didn't even launch. But now, they're out of torpedoes. Ship is too heeled over to fire. And was that the final bit of flooding I needed? It was. Dessau sinks. So, some damage to my light cruisers, but it's not really that serious. Nice. And now... yeah, we're winning big time versus Germany. Which is nice to see. Let's give them a peace offering. Right. So that is Japan, Spain, and China. We're at 0-0 with Spain. We're leading over Japan, but not by enough to get a peace treaty. Mothballed? Why are you mothballed? First of all, we're gonna refit Amelia. There you go. You're gonna be commissioned next turn. So hopefully you can do something about those Chinese. We're pretty much even with China. And China is heading to the coast of Italy. With some ships, and headed up here with some other ships. So I'm gonna split my fleet here. Roughly 50-50. Well, it's gonna take 3 months for them to arrive, so I can regather the ships for that big task force. And they're bringing battleships too. Alright. Alright, finances. We are no longer in the red. I'm gonna bump up the tech budget again. Slowly working it up. The campaign has only lasted 5 years, so I'm not too worried about being very behind. It can't possibly be that far ahead of me. Like, actually. And it's, yeah, it's pretty much Britain with that huge budget being very advanced. Which makes everyone else behind or average by comparison. But that's enough for this episode. Goodbye, and take care.